Hi friends, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelisa and on this channel we talk about books, and today I'm going to be doing my June TBR. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different this month. Well, not different, but just to switch it up and to get through my TBR. So I do have one video that I want to do, which is reading fantasy books for a week. So I've picked out 5 fantasy books for me to choose from, and we'll see which ones I end up reading, but this is just like an outline of what I'm looking at reading, at least for that video. And then the rest of my reads are actually going to be a TBR jar prompt. So I'm going to be picking a bunch of prompts that I've written down out of a jar, which I'll show you in a minute. But first, I'm just going to talk about these fantasy books I've put on my TBR. So we have Anatomy, which has been on my TBR for like the past 3 or 4 months, and I just want to get into it to see what it's all about and just start it. Like, look, I already have a bookmark in it because I've been meaning to read it. And then we have Throne of Glass, which I've also kept throwing back on my TBR because I really like I loved the Assassin's Blade, so I want to get into it so bad because I just finished McIntire, but I've just been having a hard time getting around to it. So hopefully this video will mean that I get to it. And then I have The Wicked King, which is the second book in the Cruel Prince trilogy. I read The Cruel Prince last month or something like that. I put up a reading vlog if you want to watch it. So I figured this would be a great book to also vlog again, and I just really want to continue the series. And then we have Hooked by Emily McIntire. So this is a dark romance fantasy, so I thought I'd put it in here just to give it a little bit of I don't know, variety and not just have fantasy because I will get tired of that if I read too many fantasies in a row. So I'm trying to mix it up. And then the last one is a spicy romance fantasy. It's Neon Gods by Katee Robert. This is part of her Dark Olympus books. She has a few that are of this kind. So those are all the fantasies I'm gonna read. Let's pull out the TBR jar. I'm so excited for this. A lot of the prompts were really fun. Alright, here's our jar. There's over 30 prompts in here, so I might use, I'm probably only gonna pick 10, just so I have variety to choose from. I'm thinking of doing a 24-hour readathon this month as well, so I think that if I pick 10, I can probably kick out 5 in one video, blah blah blah. Anyway, let's start. I'm really excited. I feel like this is gonna take me a bit to find some of them, so I'm actually gonna grab my phone in case I need to Google anything. Just in case the prompt is hard, kind of, and I have to search something up, because some of these are very specific. Alright, let's pick our first one. If it ends up being a fantasy read, I might actually put it back because I already have so many fantasies. Alright, set in a different continent. Oh, this is already hard. I'm gonna have to search for something. So I'm from North America, I'm from Canada, so I need to pick something that's set somewhere else. The only thing that's coming to mind right now is the Poppy War, because I'm pretty sure this is set in Asia, maybe. Yeah, it pulls from East Asian history and talks about pulls from the Sino-Japanese War. So I think I'm gonna put this one for that. I actually really did want to start the Poppy War anyway, so we're gonna put that one on the list. The Poppy War it's kind of a fantasy, actually. So it's about this, I think, girl. Yeah, she's an orphan because of a war, and she has to do this empire-wide test for youth that basically, I think of it as Divergent, I think, to tell what their powers are, what they can do and what their skills are. And she ends up finding out that she has powers that are bigger than she thought they were, but she's getting discriminated against because of her skin color and the fact that she's a girl and that she's poor. She also finds out that there's some gods that people thought were dead that actually aren't dead. So it seems like a very interesting East Asian fantasy, which I'm really excited about. So I think this is a great one for that prompt. Let's pick another one. I'm also digging for one. I'm just okay. A book you think will be 5 stars. Okay, a book that I think will be 5 stars. There's so many. Oh my god, there's literally so many that I could choose from right now. It's not even funny. It's like... I'm considering the True Love Experiment by Christina because I read The Soulmate Equation, which is like, this is kind of a spin-off of that. Like, it's about a character in it, and I loved it, and I rated it 5 stars. And if this is like similar vibage, I might have to go with this one. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do this one because I think this will be 5 stars. My hair is like the biggest mess right now. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's do another one. I'm so excited for this TBR right now. Like, this is insane. Award-winning book. Oh my gosh. Literally every book is like a New York Times bestseller. Okay. I need to find a book on it that has like a bunch of accolades. Oh, I know one. I literally remember talking about it when I got it, and I was like, look at all the awards it has. We're gonna go with... Oh. I think we're gonna pick... Yeah. The Hate You Give. Because literally award, like there was awards all over it, and I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, let's do this one. The Hate You Give is about basically what it's like to be a Black person in America, and it's about this 16-year-old girl, and she witnesses the brutal shooting of her childhood best friend Khalil at the hands of police officers, and it becomes a national headline, and it's kind of just like what it's like to be in that community when something like that is happening. So it also has an anti-racism guide in the back. So I picked this up because I thought it was a really good read that like everyone should probably read. So that's why we're doing this one, and it won a lot of awards because of that. I've picked out 3 so far. Oh my god, I have like 5 in my hand. Let's whichever one was in my finger. Great First Sentence. I think I'm gonna Google for this one because I don't have time to like like search this. Also, these TBR prompts, at least most of them that I used from this, are from a challenge on Storygraph. I'll see if I can link it down below, but after you do it, you can like, once you read the book, you can tag it to this challenge, and it adds it to like a group of books that people have already read. So I'm gonna see if one of the books in here that people have already read for this prompt, like I have one of them. I have the Serpent and Dove, but I don't really want to start a fantasy. Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. I do have that one. Let's read the first sentence and see what it says. I duck down and pull my hoodie close around my face. I feel like that's not a really good first sentence. Okay, let's try another one. Who put Twilight on here? You know what? I'm not going to use this because this is like people's subjective. Okay, books with great first sentence. 18 of the best first lines in fiction. Ooh, The Secret History. I do have that, and I wanted to read it. What's the first line of this book? The snow in the mountains was melting, and Bunny had been dead for several weeks before we came to understand the gravity of our situation. He'd been dead for 10 days before they found him, you know. You know what? Let's do this one. I'm kind of intrigued about like who's dead. That's a pretty good first line. The Secret History, I actually have no idea what this is about. It's, when I read the synopsis, it sounds very much like, what's it called? Dead Poets Society, kind of. Like they're under the influence of a professor, except more like thriller-y. Like they get themselves into a little bit of trouble because of it. Like, I really don't know, but it's very like suspenseful to psychological thriller, basically. So I think this will be a really good one to read. I've only picked up 4. I'm going to keep going. Starts with the letter A. Okay. Starts with the letter A. Like the title? Or... okay, we could do All the Bright Places. We could also do After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm kind of thinking All the Bright Places, just because I've literally had that book for the longest time. I watched the movie and I just want like a cutesy read. I know it's kind of sad, but I still think it'll be good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I know the ending, but we're just gonna read it anyway. Book number 6 ends an odd number of pages. What a ridiculous prompt. I'm basically just gonna have to like pick a book that I want and see if it ends in an odd number of pages. You know, I'm kind of in the mood to finally read The Song of Achilles. I just finished Carrie Soto is Back, and in it there's a lot of references to Achilles, so I was thinking of this book maybe. Let's see. Odd number of pages. This is kind of confusing. It has like where does it actually end? Perfect. 369 pages. We're gonna do this one. If you don't know, The Song of Achilles is about Achilles, the best warrior of all Greeks. It's basically about his story and Patroclus, I don't know how to say their names, after he's exiled from his homeland, and they become friends and go on to this journey, and I think they have to save someone who's been kidnapped. So yeah, there's so many good reviews on this. I've had it on my shelf forever, so I think I'm just finally gonna pick it up. So we have like 4 more. A genre that you don't usually read. So for this, I'd probably say historical fiction, because it's the least amount of books that I have for genre, and I don't really gravitate towards picking them up. So let's do... Ooh, or I could do dark romance, because I don't typically read dark romance, and I want to start reading dark romance, but I don't really know where to start. Like, I think I kind of dove headfirst in, and I tried to read Satan's Affair, which is like a prequel to Haunting and Hunting Adeline, and even my friend who read Haunting and Hunting Adeline said Satan's Affair is like way different. So I think I'm gonna maybe start with Twisted Love, because I know that that's kind of like a meh dark romance. And I also have Hooked on the TBR this month, which is a dark romance. So maybe this will be the month where I start dark romances. And I really just want to start the series. So I think we're going to do Twisted Love. I'm going to do 3 more. A pretty cover. Alright, let's pick a pretty cover. I think we're gonna do a Meet Me at the Lake. It is literally the most gorgeous cover, and I just got it. This is the signed copy. She did a signing in Toronto while I was on vacation, and after when I went there was still signed copies, so I picked one up. But yeah, I think I'm gonna read this one. I love the cover, and everyone's been talking about it, and I just want to see if Every Summer After was like a fluke, or if Carly Fortune's writing really is what we think it is. 2 more. Spicy book. Yikes, we already have some. I already have so many spicy books. I feel like I have 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna do Court of the Vampire Queen. I've heard this is a reverse harem spicy romance. Yeah, let's do this one. This is definitely gonna be spicy. If you really want to know, this is basically about this girl who's trying to escape her father's control. She's half human, half vampire, and she kind of lives between the 2 worlds without being able to like get anything from either world because she's stuck in the middle. And then she gets gifted by her father to this man, Malaki, and he is a vampire that you do not want to trifle with. He rules his area and has a reputation of being very like dark and sinful, but the longer that she's with him, she realizes like he's not the monster everybody thought. So kind of like a Hades Persephone-esque kind of vibe. But she also meets his two closest friends and ends up in this like reverse harem situation where there's like 3 dudes fighting over her, and there's a lot of like seduction and spice. So let's see what this is about. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have one more. This is so fun. I might just do another one after that just for fun. 500+ page book. Okay. Thickers. We need the chunky ones. 500+ pages. That's a lot of pages. Oh my god. The only one that I'm like seeing off the bat is A Little Life. I could pick up a fantasy maybe. I've been told this like rips your soul apart. 500+ pages. I think we're gonna go with A Little Life because I can't think of any other book I have that has 500+ pages. This is another one that's about like college classmates. Talks about addiction, success, pride, and there's this man that all of these like classmates are being tied together by, and he has some sort of trauma. So I imagine it has a lot of like good conversations in it. I've heard that it's just like hurts your soul to read. So we're gonna read that this month, maybe, and see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna do one more just for fun, but low-key this stack is looking pretty high. We already have 15 books on the TBR. Oh, there's 2 in here. A debut novel. Okay, what book here is somebody's debut novel? Debut novel. Is this a debut novel? Girl in Pieces? Is it a debut? Is it a debut novel? Kathleen Glasgow. Yes, this is a debut novel, Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. So this is, I think, a YA thriller romance kind of situation, I'm pretty sure. I actually don't know, it's like a thriller. But basically this girl, she's a girl in pieces. She's lost her best friend. I think something to do with her father, something to do with her mother, losing her mother as well. And it's just about her like basically shutting everybody out, and I guess like how she gets out of that. It's a New York Times bestseller as well. It is a YA, so I think it'll be a very quick, easy read, but an emotional read as well. Alright guys, that was all the books I chose on my TBR for this month. I'm just gonna like show you how they stack up. I don't even know how to like turn this around right now. I do this every time, and every single time I'm confused about how this works. Okay. These are all the books that we chose using the TBR jar, plus oh, this is gonna be so bad if I drop this. Plus these 5 fantasy. Oh my goodness. This is too many books for a TBR, but it's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna put these down. I'm so dumb. I don't know why I do this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed picking the TBR prompts with me. Comment down below what you're going to be reading this month. Let's see if we're reading the same things. And as always, please like and subscribe. It helps YouTubers so much when you guys do that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day or whenever you're watching this. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!